Welcome to the Hermitcraft recap. My name is Pixelriffs. Our writer is LoyXP. Captions on this video were provided by Liara. And bits of this episode were written while Zloy was dealing with a fever, so if Hermitcraft seems to resemble a fever dream, that's just how Hermitcraft is normally, to be honest. Where else can you expect giant faces laser beaming the ground, enormous goat-headed men shoveling sand, a blue slime beheading fairies, and a train car full of monsters?
He said that you were forcing him to make people buy purpur blocks.
We had a deal.
For those to whom this spectacle sounds a little too outlandish, soothe your brain with the comforting and earthly presence of a flower shop, the gentle buzz of bees producing honey, farmyard animals settling into their new homes, and perhaps the most universal experience of anyone who's had to take a sick day, reality TV court shows. Remember to take your meds, and without further ado, let's take a look at all the events and mishaps that occurred on the Hermitcraft server this week. Starting with Pearlescent Moon, excited to check the mail, which contains the now universal invite to participate in Mission Possible.
Wait, is that a TNT helmet? You get your little eyes to peer through.
Her mission, should she choose to accept it, is to convince another hermit a completely made-up story is something she's told them before, which should be easy because at one point they were all delirious from hot sauce.
I can do that too. Ow!
Pearl's flower truck has shifted into a higher gear, selling an entire barrel of dyes. This prompts Pearl to time-lapse a more permanent shop for flower sales, but she considers leaving the truck there as an outpost, and presumably she's just worried about losing her parking space. Joel Smallish Beans has also been doing a pretty great job flogging purpur to the masses, although Pearl recognizes it's a pretty niche market and provides a handy recycling bin for everyone else to throw away the blocks if they were just buying them out of sympathy, which she's fine with. Sympathy diamonds are still diamonds after all.
I think this dumpster, I'm going to just buy it, but then, whoop,
oh, has it gone in?
Yeah.
Oh, there it goes. Oh, you bought 2 stacks.
False Symmetry receives a surprise package from Rendog, and also Swamps.
Oh, this is Ren. He went on an adventure to get frogs, and I was like, pick me up some, and well, this is quite a few.
This is very timely, as she's been building up and labeling her tree farm, until Azumavoid too remembered her birthday and stopped by to literally serenade her.
Happy birthday, dear Falsey, who I cannot even find. Happy birthday to you.
It's a good thing he did, as it turns out, False's tree farm is using a more reliable TNT duper than Azuma has at his base, and he replicates it for his own block harvesting. For a more full palette, X even rigs up a bamboo mosaic block autocrafter for his bamboo farm, and rigs a nether sprout farm to help with Rendog's very specific block choices. This is a lot of work for hilariously few pixels. There's also the Q&A episode, where Azuma addresses some of the fanbase's curiosities. That's probably much more novel to people who haven't been recapping him on the weekly for years. The more knowledgeable fans will get a kick out of the Who's That Hermit game Zombie Cleo made up for the Terracotta Showdown. The player gets 2 pillars, the literal yes and no columns, and a random hermit they need to get the other players to guess based on them positioning the items into the yes and no columns.
What I know about sugarcane is that it relates to Mumbo. There is like a really old animatic from season 2, which is him doing a little sugarcane half slab. I think it was brick, and it got remixed into a song. Go look it up; it's pretty cool.
Dude, my ears are like burning today. I might be getting a cold.
It's much more charades than it is Guess Who, but little do they know the time for games might be over anyway. Just when X and Ren are done playtesting, Scar and BOO crash the neighborhood meetup to start a much more direct confrontation. The allegiances get muddy, as Jevin definitely entered this conflict on the not Rendog side and is now owed a helicopter for it, but his gathering of Allay skulls still scored him a renamed creeper in the living room from Scar and Cubfan.
I'm the one that has the head permit. Not my fault. But I will say this does mean war.
In retaliation, Jevin gathered seemingly all yellow concrete in the known universe and transformed Scar's floating Death Star into a giant smiling emoji, which is especially disturbing because there's a distinct back exit still present, making a gaping and very suggestive hole on the other side of the Pac-Manian horror.
I decided I would help you make your shop more friendly. Sales should now skyrocket.
Oh my gosh. That is terrifying and amazing at the same time.
The timing of the prank is especially unfortunate given Scar has just finished his promo campaign for the shop. With his fully operational recording studio, Scar fully operates some radio theatre onto music discs and mails them out to his fellow hermits.
This is your DJ Scar here, bringing you the oldies on HC10. Sugarcane, here we go. Here it comes.
Scar also reaches a big step for his series, adding the final car to his zoo train, one dedicated to hostile mobs. His plan is to have a mob farm somewhere inside it, but like an intentional one this time, and have the outside be populated with villainous mobs like witches and vindicators. He even further highlights their scum and villainy by hanging a shivering strider out back.
I really don't know if it's safe. This is absolutely terrifying.
The Death Star facelift will at least shield it from the Disney lawyers. Unlike Smallish Beans, who made no efforts to even pretend that his Winnie the Pooh bear inside the honey shop is the public domain version. Could have just built any bear, really. Bears love honey.
Very cool, and I hope it encourages people to buy some blooming honey so we can make some sales.
With this shop done and stocked, Joel cracks down on his bottle of enchanting generating setup, which means he has to really get into villager breeding, but also villager torture.
Because here we go. Ha!
Handily, the Japanese cliffside facades all connect into a giant room where Joel lures in a couple of well-armed zombies so he can infect and cure the villagers back and forth until their prices make sense.
And it works absolutely perfectly, and by that I mean it doesn't work.
But far be it from him to forget that he has to sell some purple to 3 different hermits as per his bet with Pearlescent Moon, and luckily BOO clocks that something is up immediately and plays along just in case Joel is out there being held at gunpoint.
Yes, lovely block. Blink twice if you're in trouble.
I don't have the blink mod on, I can't do it.
B-Dubs also feels the call to Mission Possible, setting up a randomizer to decide which hermit's head will be built somewhere in his base. But before he can act on that, he's got a courthouse to build, which he decides to place near the Popo station and the other civic buildings. It certainly looks civic from the outside, with armor stands and tough blocks giving it that neo-classical look. And the inside looks very formal too, until you step into the courtroom and realize B-Dubs has appointed himself Judge, Judy, and executive producer.
And then, of course, you've got this side. Boy, I better figure this out before I'm judging. Is this defendant or plaintiff?
Make no mistakes, the cameras and boom mics are very intentional and not the legal standard. This is reality TV justice with B-Dubs in the judge's chair. This is Tall Claims Court. Which makes it especially fun when the server's other self-identified short king shows up to sell him on the concept of purpur and make it clear he's under no duress whatsoever.
Spill the rest of the beans. What did he do? What did he do?
He said that you were forcing him to make people buy purpur blocks.
We had a deal.
I know.
He's trying to pose it as something else.
When last we saw XB Crafted, he was clearing out a sandy perimeter around his chosen ocean monument. This mammoth task is now complete, but as such, he's beginning the mammoth task of actually doing anything with the monument itself. In case you wanted to glimpse the possibilities, he returns to the Season 3 world download, which contains the original ocean monument base he's trying to improve upon.
Is it on a time? It is. It's on a time. It still works. But that was built by Woolly Creeper. Designed. Oh, it's so good. So, God, I miss this place. This place is awesome.
The first part of which involves improving the monument itself, taking it down in a time lapse and rebuilding it a couple of blocks higher up, which is especially fun to watch if you didn't know Prismarine changes color over time. He also realigns the legs, which isn't as painful as it sounds.
Oh, look at that. See? See? Uh-huh. What? Ooh. Why is that not a thing?
Doc M77 has finally found a reason to use Azuma's self-resetting redstone plugin for something else that changes colors over time. He's built a rainbow beacon to help celebrate Pride Month.
And for that, also the thumbnail of the week. Check it out by Tubby over there on Twitter's. Happy Pride Month.
It turns out to be very noisy, which is ironic, considering Doc's criticism of Mojang's new attempt at piston noises.
But it works.
I mean, the LGBTQ community is loud and proud.
Doc goes on to build something much more controversial over by the big woodshop, a statue of a goat man shoveling sand. He's kind of sending mixed signals here considering he's the only one who refuses to do it. And while his build time was put into designing this statue instead of the armor trim shop exterior, at least he's laid out the armor trims themselves and is working on getting the preview of each design applied to some armor stands.
And somebody said the visibility here is bad for the diamond. Of course, this will be switched out.
And the award for the most pastoral time-lapse goes to Vintage Beef, who needs to add pigs to his farm despite having no IRL experience with them. With the sty completed, he reveals he's had pigs trapped underground this entire time in case he couldn't find any later, but that just means they've trained to be escape artists, and their offspring deciphers his pig pen in no time.
Come. Oh, you can escape. Not good.
In the background, Beef has also been gathering feedback on the new TCG Go format, and we get a sneak peek at what Joe Hills has been working on as he gives some notes for the latest playstyle.
What if drawing a card at the end of your turn was optional?
Oh.
Huh? So you gotta kind of strategically think about it.
And finally there's Mumbo, whose gold store has completely sold out again. You'd think he'd be chuffed to bits, but instead he's a bit miffed.
It's been like no time at all. Hate being a successful business owner.
He even considers hiding bits of gold around the shop interior so nobody can claim he's out of stock, because he doesn't want the distraction from all the building and terraforming he's doing at his base area, which doesn't include all this diamond ore Big Ron's is apparently selling now.
What on earth? Who has done this, and why are there two snails in here, and why is there a private and confusing sign? I'm prepared to see some privates and be confused.
It does include an access elevator, which he designs in creative with the aim of making an elevator look mechanical and chain operated thanks to a piston feed tape. And it fits into the cliff front very well, but isn't the fastest thing in the world, despite what Mumbo will tell you.
Looks like it's still working though, which is good. I mean, this is cool. And I've done a bunch of terraforming today. I've basically ticked off all the different areas of Minecraft.
And that's about it for this week's Recap Hour. Writer is LoyXP and my name is Pixel Riffs. Captions on this video were provided by Liara. Don't forget to leave a like while you're still here and subscribe so you won't miss future recaps. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.